My name is Ernie Kassoff. I'm the National Sales Manager for Facultatieve Technologies. This is our new FT2 V2 model that we've introduced this week at the NFDA show.
And this is a cremation retort.
This is a human cremation retort, yes.
Yes, or a cremation machine, as people who are not in the industry might call it.
And basically, it's a cremator. People don't know the difference between cremator and retort, but we'll leave that go.
Okay. So what are the features of this machine?
All right. This machine, we build a cremator, which basically we use the body as our fuel source, and then to get correct combustion in the cremation process, you need three things. You need temperature, you need oxygen, and you need fuel. So if you preheat the machine properly and you maintain the heat and you have oxygen and you can present the oxygen properly, the body becomes the fuel source. By building a true cremator and not a modified incinerator, we can control the combustion process with a finite process of combustion and cremate bodies faster, more efficiently, and using less fuel.
So can you open the door
Sure.
and show us what's in there? That is a very big door. How big is it?
We have a 43-inch door. This is called the primary chamber. There's a secondary chamber below it. Depending on what state you are in, the laws state either 1800 or 1600 degrees of the secondary chamber, and that's for emissions control. The primary chamber can go anywhere from 1,000 degrees all the way up to 2,000 degrees, depending on how many cremations you've done and how much heat it's retained. This machine is designed for bodies up to 500 pounds, although we do have machines that will service up to 1,200 pounds.
Wow. And when you have a body in there, I'm looking and it just looks like a brick-lined room, basically.
Well, it's a brick-lined walls with a refractory floor in it. We make tiles. Our tiles are specially designed refractory. They have extended life, which is a little bit longer than the normal poured floors, and so our different models have a little bit different. This has a poured roof on it with the burner in the roof.
The burner's in the ceiling.
Burner's in the ceiling on this one. In our larger machine, the burner is in the rear of the machine, and we have a tile roof like the floor.
Okay.
So this machine will do 2 to 3 cremations a day. Our bigger machine will do up to 6 cremations in a standard work day.
And now the newer machines, I understand, are more energy efficient.
Much more energy efficient, and we're even more energy efficient because we don't use the burner as our main fuel source. We use the body. So it's part of the combustion controls of our control system.
So can you give an estimate of how much natural gas?
On this model, we're about 30 to 35% less fuel. On our bigger model, it's 60 to 70% less fuel.
Wow.
Which is major compared to any other machine in the market.
Any estimate of how long it takes? I guess that depends on the size of the body.
Average in this machine is about 2.5 hours. In our larger machine, we average between 75 and 90 minutes on average.
And is that between 1,200 to 1,600?
Well, no. When you get up to a larger body, 600 pounds and above, you're going to be to 3, 4, up to 5 hours for a large body. Again, depends on the body makeup. It depends if it's a male or female. Mm-hmm. Women and men are built differently, so they do cremate differently.
Right. And after the process is complete, the funeral home would be sweeping the bones out of...
It's called raking out. The machine is raked out into a holding area where the remains are cooled. Basically, we call it remains, and it's bone ash basically. And from that point, it's taken to a processing machine where any metals from implants or surgeries are removed, and then the remains are ground into about 1/8 diameter. It's almost a dust, but it's granular, so it can be, if it either goes in, it goes into an urn of some type, or it can be scattered, or it can be put in the ocean, fireworks, shotgun shells, whatever your heart desires. You can send it out to space.
We've had a great duplication of all sorts of options. Yes, for that. What's the wheel next to you for?
All our machines we use electric motors for our doors to open and close them, where our competitors basically use hydraulics. The problem with hydraulics is if you have a power failure and your door's in the down position and you have a body, that means you can't get the remains out, which would create a problem. So if the machine ever loses power, we have a manual override on all our machines. So I can actually take this wheel and very simply lower the door.
Or raise it.
Or raise it.
Yeah.
So I can open it or close it.
Okay. And I'm guessing you've got electronic controls on this?
All our machines are computer controlled with PLCs, and so that's our man-to-machine interface.